Did you know that Elon Musk makes approximately $656 per second? That's according to Coin Codex. And it can add up to over $54 million in just one day. His net worth is around $200 billion. That honestly seems unfathomable. It surpasses the economic output of more than 150 countries. So where did this tech prodigy turned right-wing darling get all of his money? And how does he burn his billions? I'm Joy Marie McKenzie, Business Insider's editor-in-chief of our lifestyle division. Elon Musk's road to riches began in 1995 when he and his brother launched a website that provided city guides to newspapers. It was called Zip2, and in 1999, they sold it for over $300 million. So at just 27 years old, Musk made over $20 million from that one deal alone. He then co-founded an online banking site called X.com, which later became PayPal. eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion in 2002, and Musk's fortune just skyrocketed. In the same year, he co-founded SpaceX. What is it with the sky and the letter X? But his plans for SpaceX were to colonize Mars by 2050. His biggest venture was still ahead, though. In 2004, Musk took $6.5 million and invested it into a company you might know called Tesla. He eventually became the CEO, and the company's mission, as you probably already know, is making electric cars a new way of life. That move cemented his fate as one of the world's richest people. A significant amount of Musk's net worth today is tied to Tesla, but he doesn't get his paychecks from the company. Instead, he gets shares and stock options. So far, he has a Tesla stake worth just a cool $127 billion. His net worth is around $200 billion. That includes his stakes in SpaceX, X, and his Tesla holdings. And Musk's enormous wealth is still growing, even though his investments are not always profitable. A big one is SpaceX. Musk invested $100 million to create the company back in 2002, and soon it was his second most profitable venture. It eventually amounted to about 20% of his wealth. But the company has had its ups and downs. After multiple rocket launch failures, SpaceX nearly folded in 2008. That was until NASA saved the day, or at least the company, with a $1.6 billion contract to help deliver cargo to the International Space Station. These days, SpaceX is worth $180 billion with a B, making him $70 billion richer. And I have to mention the aptly named Boring Company because it really hasn't done anything. The goal is to build underground tunnels where people can travel in their own autonomous vehicles at speeds of up to 150 miles per hour. Honestly, it sounds like a normal Texas freeway. Still, Musk started it in 2016 with over $100 million. So far, though, no one is blasting through tunnels like the subterranean speed racer. But this is Elon Musk we're talking about, so I wouldn't count him out just yet. Next up is Neuralink. Musk dropped $100 million on this idea back in 2016. The ultimate goal is implanting a brain chip in a human being that can interact with external devices. And a 29-year-old quadriplegic has tried it out. He says the brain chip is not perfect, but it has changed his life. Rounding out Elon Musk's big business ventures with what really feels like a truly impulsive purchase that he may regret later is X. You and I still know it as Twitter, though. The tech mogul snapped up Twitter for a mere $44 billion in 2022. And of course, quickly changed the name to X. Now, was this a good investment? By pure number standards, no. Absolutely not. Since its purchase and the name change, the company has lost about half of its value. But Musk has got so much money, he can afford to buy the platform and defeat what he calls the woke mind virus. So what has Musk actually purchased with all of his riches? Despite this 2020 tweet declaring to rid himself of all possessions, Musk still has a place to rest his head. Over the years, he's owned 7 properties just in California alone, spending more than $100 million on his home sweet homes. This one in Bel Air, California is a 20,000 square foot home complete with a 2-story library. That honestly sounds like a dream. Since that tweet, Musk has sold 7 of his California homes for nearly $130 million. But his current residence is a bit of a mystery. Musk said he left California in 2020 to protest against the state's high taxes and regulatory practices. His current residence is in Boca Chica, Texas. The price tag, though, a lovely $50,000. So maybe he is on a path to becoming possession-free. A very, very slow path. Musk has spent his millions on jets and cars. He spent nearly $1 million on the Lotus Esprit submarine car used by the one and only James Bond in The Spy Who Loved Me. And he recently purchased this Gulfstream, valued at $78 million. Jet setting at this level, it's not cheap. Operating expenses alone can rack up to $3.5 million. But it's not all luxury homes and fancy vehicles running up his bills. Musk once said that he likes to drink 8 cans of Diet Coke a day. Oof, his poor stomach. That would add up to over $4,000 a year, if true. The very last thing that Musk spends his fortune on is charity. So far, he's given away less than 1% of his net worth. If you have that much money, people often point out that there are many places and causes that could easily benefit, but Musk seemingly doesn't care. He recently made headlines for mocking Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott, for her philanthropy. She pledged to give $640 million to hundreds of causes. In 2012, Musk promised to give away half of his wealth, but there's a catch. His pledge says that he will donate a majority of his wealth in his lifetime or in his will, when he definitely won't need it. On Forbes' philanthropy scale of 1 to 5, the magazine gives Musk a mere 1. Compare that to billionaires like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, who've both donated more than 40% of their wealth. The Musk Foundation, operated entirely by Elon Musk and his brother Kimball, was even scrutinized for reportedly shady practices. Musk's charity has fallen short of the minimum required donations set by tax laws to get the tax breaks that it took. In 2022, it gave away $160 million, but it's also $234 million short. And the money Musk has given away, it's raised some eyebrows. The New York Times recently reported that half of Musk's charity donations between 2021 and 2022 had links right back to Musk and his businesses, like a $55 million donation to help out a SpaceX customer. Or, for example, the millions he gave to Cameron County hours after a SpaceX rocket blew up in the area. So maybe the best way to get a donation from Elon Musk is by, being Elon Musk.